Hello and welcome to Grossly Competent, the learning, development, and adulting podcast that does not claim to be pretty. No. But we will happily pretend to be slightly competent. I am your host, Steve Council, joined by my co-host, a man who once breastfed a flamingo back to health, only to kill it again with his looks, a Mr. Patrick Ayleshire.
Hey, Steve. Well played. You know, for what it's worth, that flamingo was kind of a pain in the ass to begin with.
God, do we need to redo this?
I think we're good.
All right.
You know, in other news, since you brought up the flamingos,
yes,
it's kind of fun to think about how those birds and their twig-like legs have adapted to their environments.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like you. You know, if Darwin saw Steve, he'd have retracted evolution.
Well, that's just hurtful, Mr. Patrick, and I don't appreciate that. I don't know why you would say such hurtful things to me when all I'm is nice to you. But anyway, folks, we have ourselves an absolute banger of an episode that I completely phoned in. So you should be... I'm kidding. I didn't actually phone it in this week, I assure you, but I refuse to mention my enthusiasm for this episode because apparently I say it for, let me check my notes here, every episode as I've been called out. But seriously, I'm excited to chat with you, Mr. Patrick, and I am excited for all of you out in listener land to listen. Speaking of which, P. Gaggy, who is our absolutely fantastic sponsor for this week.
Let's give it up for our longtime sponsor, Gravity. The invisible hand that keeps your coffee in the mug, your feet on the floor, and your phone smashing face down at exactly the wrong moment. Gravity, silently judging you since the dawn of time, never asking for thanks and never letting you float away no matter how much you wish it would. Side effects may include bruised knees and the occasional spilled drink. Gravity, holding you down in style.
Oh, wow. That last line. Ooh, boy, they can't all be singers. Wow. Thank you so much, Big Gravity. I really appreciate it. When you mentioned the phone smashing face down at exactly the wrong moment, what came to my mind, and I doubt I'm the only one that has this happen, but I don't have one of those cool pop socket thingies on the back of my phone because I'm an adult with dignity and self-respect. Thank you. You can even check it out.
You can't hear this.
You can see it right there. Yep. All right. So what does happen, though, is I'll be laying in bed and I will have it above me, just like new looking. And then I just drop my phone because I'm not paying attention. I'm paying attention to what I'm reading or the video, and it just cranks me right in the face. So thanks, Gravity. That's right.
That's definitely
Gravity does that. Yeah. So
for sure.
Thank you so much, Gravity. You've done me so many wonders. That's just great.
You know, Steve, I also do not have one of those thingy-majiggies, whatever you called it.
I think they're called pop sockets, right?
Okay, sure. Yeah.
I
actually have no idea. So we'll go with that.
I have teenage and young adult nieces that have asked for them for Christmas at one point in time or another. So I'm willing to bet they're called pop sockets. So
okay.
I have been wrong before, as we have found out on a previous episode.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Good reference. Not only do I not have a pop socket, I also, for how large these phones are, I can say in my... let's go 22 years of phone ownage.
Mm-hmm.
I've never dropped my phone in the toilet.
Oh, same. Yeah.
Nice.
Same. I've actually never cracked my own phone screen. And that makes it sound like I've
broken
somebody else's. I say that, and I know, listener land, I'm so sorry, but you can't see this, and Patrick probably won't be able to either. No, you won't be able to see it. But I have this big, giant spider crack that goes all through my phone. And that is because like a year and a half ago, my wife goes, "Hey, can I see your phone real quick? I just want to check what the weather is going to be." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." So I give her my phone, and I swear she just grabs it and then proceeds to drop it, and it landed directly on top of like a piece of gravel and broke the screen. And I was like, that's nice. Thank you so much. And
the worst
nice
part
thing
is she didn't even tell you what the weather was going to be.
No,
to herself.
she actually did not. You're right. But what's really cool is I can say all this, and I know she's never going to hear it, because I just recently found out that my wife has barely listened to a single episode. So for all of you out there in listener land, you have given us more support than my own wife. And what a treat that is. So thank you so much. I found this out because I said something along the lines about, so listeners out there, I assume you can figure out that like we can see stats on our own episodes, and like we can see like when there's like 3 people that like listen to an episode, like, wow, cool. Well, we noticed that the 3rd episode had more listens than the 2nd episode. And I think that's more than likely, maybe I'm wrong, more than likely because my audio was picked up by my laptop and not the microphone that I used. And it's really choppy. And Patrick, you were a editing smith. You did your darndest to clean that up and make it wonderful. But I think just that flow was kind of cut. So I happened to mention that to my wife, like, oh, I think it's so funny that our 3rd episode has more listens than our 2nd. And her response was, well, why do you think that is? I'm like, well, it's probably because of my audio. You should know that. Why don't you know this? And she got caught. So all of you out there, we appreciate you. Patrick and I can't thank you enough for listening. So, okay, let me step off my soapbox here.
I would like to mention to everyone else that is listening too, if Steve's wife does happen to hear this episode while it is released and you don't hear from Steve again, this is now a solo-led podcast because Steve may not be here to tell us about what happened.
Just think of the zingers you can toss my way.
Oh, man.
Like,
so good.
Just hammering me down.
So, Steve, we talk a lot about learning development on this podcast, which is great. We love it. And we also talk about adulting. And I think we do. Mm-hmm. And, I'd like to start today's episode by bringing up a little of the adulting side.
Nice.
So
all right.
I'm just going to throw out a blanket statement, and I'd like you to fill in the blank. Now, I will tell you what the statement is. I'll give my 2 cents, because that's really all I have. And then I will let you provide your response.
Okay. So, let's do this. This sounds awesome.
The prompt is, I don't know when it happened, but I've become someone who gets excited about ...
Ooh, okay, I like this. This is good. Do you want to start us off?
Sure. The idea kind of wrapped around my brain here is to find things that maybe shouldn't be exciting, or at least, as a young lad, you never think would be gratifying. So, for example, as I've gotten older and reached my early 40s, I can surprisingly rattle off a few things, such as going to bed. At a good hour.
Yes.
For example, I was up a little late last night because the Milwaukee Brewers started their game at 8 p.m. and that did not get over until close to 11. So I was a sleepy boy today. But going to bed at a good hour is amazing.
Yeah.
Having a clean apartment, it's like it's so nice. And then even kind of back to the sleep thing. Getting up early on the weekend, especially in the summertime and in the nice time of year where you get up and have those the farmers markets or the flea markets, have some coffee, get up and work out, go to brunch like we talked about last week.
Yay, there you go.
Have some paste and dough or whatever you call it.
Nothing but dome paste, son.
So I think that's That's pretty fun for me, or a well-fitting mask to cover this monstrosity of a face that I've got.
There's no age requirement on that one. I mean, you can just appreciate a well-fitting mask anytime.
Sure. Yes. What tickles your fancy there, Steve?
Well, I like this one. This is kind of a fun one. Let me see what's here. Okay. I don't know when it happened, but I've become someone who gets excited about having coffee in the morning. Like you mentioned the having a coffee and going to a farmer's market, which you also said. Yeah. There's one funny. Like 15 minutes away from me on every Saturday morning. My family and we always go. It's a great time. And it's like nothing wild and crazy. I mean, it takes all of maybe 10 minutes to walk through, 15 maybe to walk through the whole thing. But it's just something to do. It's just something to kind of get out and just kind of jumpstart your day. I don't know.
That's very cool. And can I do a quick shout out, interruption and a shout out? Yeah. For those of you that are living in the Watertown, Wisconsin area, Jefferson County, my aunt manages the Watertown Farmers Market, which is on Tuesdays. You can go to Facebook or search for it. Watertown Farmers Market, Tuesday mornings. I want to say 8 to 12, but not sure the time. But yeah, that's.
And for those of you that are like in Des Moines, Iowa, or like Nebraska, highly recommend making a trip into Lake Country, and then you can possibly go visit said farmers market on Tuesday.
Ooh.
You know what? Travel Wisconsin, you got my number. It's all good. Yeah, I think that's probably it. Like, that's what pops to my head anyway. About
sure.
You know what? I'll toss another one in there just for fun. Not going out. Like you said, things that, like, as a younger lad, you'd be like, that's ridiculous. Yeah. If I have the option to go out to a bar or not go out to a bar, I will not go to a bar. Like, I have embraced my senior citizenship. Like, it is just, I don't have any tolerance for it. I get really annoyed.
You've heard of FOMO, right?
Yes.
Fear of missing out. Well, yeah. What I have and you have is FOGO, fear of going out.
This is not even a fear. It's just
a joy of not going out.
Yeah, like, oh, you want me to do that? Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Like, it doesn't satisfy anything in me anymore. And I love that you mentioned the clean apartment. I would agree, having a clean living area would be wonderful, but my kids have beaten that out of me. That sense of hope of a clean house. I'm like, well, that's not going to happen, but that's okay. So what?
I talked about this in a previous episode. It's like when I clean my apartment, and I clean up after my dog, all his toys everywhere. Yeah. Like, come on, man. Like, clean up your stuff.
You know, my grandmother says that's called lived in clean. Like, it's lived in, so it's acceptable clean. I'm like all right, I like that pass. Thank you so much, Grandma. I appreciate that. Well, I'm glad you actually brought up the adulting part of this podcast because, well, that's kind of what we're going to do today. We're going to chat adulting stuff. It might be like L&D adjacent. I don't know, but you mentioned something to me in a text recently that really got me thinking. As a working professional, see, once again, L&D adjacent, as a working professional who takes their job seriously, there might not be a bigger slap in the face than when you work like really hard on something. And it could be whatever it is, any industry. It could be you give a presentation. I genuinely don't care. Something that you're doing for other people, like whether it's the public or just an organization, doesn't matter. But then after the fact, they come up to you and they're like, hey, that was like really great, which is wonderful. We as facilitator folks, like, we love that stuff. Or if somebody gives a good presentation, say that. But then you follow it up with, would it be cool if you just gave me all of your hard work so I can take it back to where I work and pretend like I did it, and I'm not going to give you credit? That would be cool. Like, do you know what I'm talking about with this?
Surprisingly, or maybe not surprisingly, I've experienced this on more than one occasion.
Like, dude, come on. Like, isn't that basically the parallel with like asking that your kid in math class just straight up copy off of another kid and be like, they didn't bother to study, so it's totally fine if they copy off you, right? Like, that's totally cool. You're not going to get credit for them doing that. No. Don't worry about that. I don't know. It just boggles my mind sometimes.
Was this something that you and Mr. Joe had issues in school?
No. Mr. Joe sat in front of me in English class, and I likey the Englishy. You'd never know that based on how I speak or how I write or like anything about me. But no, I wasn't copying off of Mr. Joe. Besides, I was too busy just staring at his model-like physique.
Yes.
To actually pay attention. Like, we're taking a test. I have to like write an essay. Man.
Love it.
I kid.
So, to your initial statement there,
yeah.
I'd really like to think that the intention is to not completely insult the other person by doing so, by going up to them and saying, can I have your stuff?
Yeah.
But it's, as someone who has put the time and effort into creating something, especially if it's high quality, whether that's a presentation, some sort of document you've created, what have you, when someone asks you to get your stuff, it's kind of annoying in a way. Now, there's definitely a difference between expecting someone or something versus just asking for it. But I wish the people who do this would really think about what it is they're asking and why.
Yeah, like that's a great way to put it. Yeah, like, can you wrap your head around exactly what you're asking? And I admit I might be biased on this because I feel it's really incredibly common in the world of like public speaking, or if you're giving a presentation. Like, I'm really going to kind of call that out more than anything. Not to say that it doesn't happen in other industries or sectors. I'm just going off of my own experience on this. And it has happened. Like, I love it. And I would love for somebody out there in listener land to tell me otherwise, like that's not the case. Like, and you know what? Actually, if you have a story about something like this happening, I would love it if you'd send it in. You can connect with us on LinkedIn. At the end of the show, I'll give you all of our ways that you can connect with us. Tell us, like, let us know. I'm wildly curious, and we'll read them on a future episode. Like, that would be super cool. But anyway, so maybe it's just me, but I feel like people see someone giving a presentation. Like, you see like Steve Jobs on like a YouTube video giving this really awesome presentation. And I feel like people see that. They don't see like these bells and whistles. It's not like it's a quarterback that's like throwing a 70-yard pass. Like, they're just walking around talking. Well, I can walk around and talk.
Yeah.
I can totally, so like, they get this like false sense of confidence. Like, well, if that grotesque mutant, like, pointing to you or I, like, if that grody can do it, how hard can it honestly be? And I'm clearly faster and stronger, so why can't I do it? And I don't know. I get it. I think what they don't see, and I'm probably stepping on your toes on this, and I apologize, but I think what they don't see is just like the hours upon hours that are put in, like with you or I or anybody that's building that kind of stuff, like reviewing that information, cultivating it. You're constantly refining it to make sure it fits within a specific time frame. You want to make sure it makes sense. Like, there's all these components that need to go into it.
Right.
But they haven't done that. Like, something I used to say to my son when he was very little. I think all of you out there have probably figured out I'm a bit sarcastic. I typically tend to, I know.
What?
Hold it. hold your suspense. No, I genuinely try to make if I make a sarcastic remark, I typically try to make it like like I'm making fun of myself. But when I would say something, especially around like little kids, like my son, like let's say I'm walking and I hit my toe and I bash my toe on the wall or something. I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, that felt good. Like, yeah, I'm being sarcastic, but I'm being self-deprecating. Like I'm calling myself an idiot. Like, yeah, what a smart idea, Well, my son didn't know that because kids don't really have that capacity to understand sarcasm. So when he would see somebody do something, he would say something like, yeah, I bet that felt good. And it's like, oh, God. Oh, so I used to talk to him and be like, buddy, you don't have the wisdom to wield that weapon. Meaning like you see, you can hold it, but you don't know how to use it. So we'll set that down until you get a little older. Like that's kind of the way I would like talk to him about that. Like you don't have the wisdom to wield that weapon. And I feel like people see someone giving a great presentation, like, oh, I can do that. And then as soon as they're given the opportunity, like, I don't know, maybe I'm off base. What do you agree? Do you disagree? What are you thinking, Patrick?
I've seen it. Well, I haven't necessarily heard it like in a training where someone's like, maybe I'm looking at them and I can maybe try to read their mind and they're like, well, I probably could do this. But when you get up and you call people for like an activity and they have to like get up and share what their group has done, you can see like it's not so easy. You're fumbling around. So I know it doesn't come natural for everyone, and it takes time. It takes practice, just with like anything. But to your point about them thinking it's so damn easy, then of like a presentation, for example, why don't they just recreate it themselves versus?
I mean, yeah, right.
I'm going to refer to an experience I had with a coworker at one of my employers in the past. I had given a presentation and some time went by and I received an email mentioning that they were interested in also training on this topic to their team. So I first read that as, that's great. Like, very cool. I'm glad that you're going to, like, you enjoyed the presentation, but you now want to, try to train or teach your team this same topic. This individual then went on to ask if they could have the presentation to use. So I immediately, glazed over the email. I went back and reread it. I admittedly shook my head, may or may not have rolled my eyes.
Yeah.
Again, I'm glad that they enjoyed the training. And I'm also happy to hear that they want to pass this information on to others. That made me feel good that they got a lot out of the training.
Mm-hmm.
However, a couple things. First, if they wanted to do the training properly, they probably could have requested this training for others. That's what my team does. We create trainings and then we go teach those trainings. We have a department and a team for that. Yeah. Secondly, wait, what? You want me just to hand over everything I have? Now, there's a difference, and you know this, Steve. Me personally, my organization, when our team has decided when we give training presentations, typically they're PowerPoint. They might be adapted from Canva or whatever, but like they're PowerPoint. But we give the slide decks with the notes. I always complain about this, but PowerPoint, can you make like 2 slides per page with the notes area, not just 3, because no one can read the damn words on the 3. Mm-hmm. So, anywho, side tangent there. We give those out. They have access to the slides, and then sometimes if they say, "Can you share the slide deck?" Sure, I'll share a PDF of the slide deck again instead of just print it out. You can have but no, I'm not going to send over the file of everything I created with my notes, with our logo for the business or our department. Like, no, it's not going to happen.
The nice thing is that they can just take all of that off. and then just write their name out. No, like I absolutely agree with you. And this has happened to me as well. Like in a former life when I would do these like presentation circuits, I can't tell you how many times I would get individuals from companies like, this was really informative. Like, well, great. I'm really happy that you thought that. That's cool. Yeah. Can I have it? No. What? And I genuinely hope that every single person out there in listener land is going, no, who does that? That's what I want. I want that to be the case. Because if this sounds like so foreign to you, thank goodness that you're not one of those people. Because if you are, naughty. That's naughty of you. You stop it right now. Like, this is what you raise very valid points of like, this is my work. Like, what? This is literally what I do for a living. Now, let's just bear with me. Hypothetically, let's just go ahead and say you say, why, of course, you asked so nicely. Here you go. And you just like hand them a thumb drive and you're like, this has everything on it. Great. Okay. So they take it. They go back to whatever company place they work. They're like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and present this. And they pop it in. They convince their manager they're going to do this. Are they going to present it the exact same way you did that they liked? Are they going to say all of the hilarious one-liner bangers that you lined up? Like, are they going to remember all the nuance pieces that you had, the way that you connected certain things? Or are they going to attempt that, like when you hear somebody that tries to do a bit from a comedy special? Oh, God. And I'm guilty as charged. I've done that too. I'm sorry, guys. But it's not the same thing. And what's going to happen is, this is hypothetical. They're going to try to do it. They're going to fail. It's going to come crashing down. And who do you think they're going to blame? Are they going to blame themselves? Or are they going to blame that ugly dude that gave me the zip drive or the thumb drive, excuse me, with all of that info? Because, like, why would they start taking accountability now? Like, they've already asked for you to do the work for them. Why would they start now? It's just you're prolonging something that you're just going to get blamed for, and you're not even present. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I think I said it earlier. Like, I'm just going to repeat myself basically, and that is, I think there's this overconfidence when people see somebody do something effectively. And sometimes they don't or they can't see the strings being pulled in the background of like what went into doing that.
Right.
It's kind of like we're all really great singers in the shower and in the car. But if we were to go out on the stage and like have to sing Sweet Caroline, we'd suck. Like we can sing to ourselves, but we can't sing to a group in the same way that another professional could. Like, I don't know. It's frustrating.
You know, I'd love to be able to relate to singing in the car, but I'm not sure if you're aware, but back in like 2006, someone broke into my car and stole my CD player. Now, they did leave the CDs. However, I had no way to listen to them. So I didn't get to sing in the car for a long time. But
you know,
brought up a memory.
I have to chime in on this. All right. I think I was fresh out of high school. And I don't know why I haven't told you this story ever since you said this about your radio or your CD player being stolen and your CDs just being left. Fresh out of high school, like, yeah, maybe like, 18, 19, whatever.
Yeah.
A friend of ours moved into kind of a rough area of in Milwaukee somewhere. And that's like, okay, fine.
I thought you were going to say a Conowalk. I'm like, what?
No, yeah, the mean streets. Yeah. No, I mean, it was, I mean, I hate to say it, but there was a lot of vandalism and things like that were going on. And this story pertains specifically to that he had this beater of a car. Like, it wasn't anything great. And he worked third shift. Fine, whatever. So he goes out to his car and notices that his driver's side window is bashed in. And he's like, oh, man. Then he looks, and sure enough, the radio, he didn't even have a good stereo. He just had like a standard, regular old radio that was ripped out. Oh, damn. Jeez. Okay, whatever. So he's like, okay, so he goes to work, and he's like, but that sucked. Like, that was super boring driving to work. So he stopped at like a Goodwill and picked up a Walkman. Fine. Like, just like a cassette tape Walkman. And he had a couple of random, like the cassette tapes that you'd like record. So kids, you used to be able to record songs off the radio for free. Anyway.
Did that.
So he did that. I know. Really showing my age here. So he had a couple of these cassette tapes. It's fine. Next night, he goes to walk out to his car, and his passenger side window is bashed in.
Oh,
no. So now he doesn't have a driver's side nor a passenger side window. And they stole the Walkman.
Oh, no.
And he was like, dude, it was like a $5 Walkman. I don't care about that, but why did you have to bash out my other window? This one was already broken. So, yeah.
Oh, man.
So, needless to say, he's like, well, I guess I'm just not listening to anything on the way to work. So
maybe they felt guilty for breaking one side, and they're like, I got to like even this out.
Yeah, because the airflow is never going to be the same. You're going to get that sound. Like, you can't have that. You have to make sure that the airflow comes in. I
would have loved if that story would have ended where they returned the radio but took the Walkman. I felt bad, but I'll tell you, that looks good.
Yeah. Oh man, that story reminds me of your bit about the CD player.
That is amazing. Yeah, but so you were saying though, you know, it can be frustrating overall. Just the whole this whole like, now I'm going to put this. I put all this work into it. Someone else says, "Hey, can I borrow that?" They're going to go, like you said, take it back, do their own thing with it, but it's not going to come out the same. So I will definitely, as I mentioned this earlier, I will take the accolades and the feeling of accomplishment. But there's also a right way and a wrong way to go back wanting to reach out to someone who has created content. You know, like they come up to me and say, "Hey, great job." Or in the evaluation, they do it anonymously. It's like, that feels good, right? So a case in point, I shared earlier about the not so good way, but I've got a better one here. So my previous example of someone wanting me to send them the whole presentation so they could facilitate themselves did not sit well with me. However, another individual who was in a previous session in a different training reached out right around that same time with a slightly different request. It went something like this. "Hey, I really enjoyed your presentation. I'd love to rewatch some of those YouTube videos that you shared during class."
Yes.
And this was in person too, so I got to look the guy right in the face too, okay?
Yeah.
Would you be able to share any of those resources? That is the example.
That's
simple,
the winner.
And easy. I'm happy to provide the resources I used if you want to know where I got the sources, the videos I used, etc.
Yeah.
You know, especially because those, I didn't even create those in the first place. If I'm taking data from some other, source, we generally we'll put them usually on some of the slides, but otherwise we have a backup of, this is where we got all our stuff, right? So I'm glad to share that. I'm glad to share what the YouTube video was or the TED Talk or whatever it was.
Absolutely.
That's an easy act. If you would have said, "Hey, can I have that stuff?" And then, "Can you also send me the whole file?" Like, no, but he did it the right way.
Yes. Well, hey, there you have it, folks. Don't ask Patrick and I for training documents or presentation slides unless we've plagiarized them from somebody else. Like, then they're game. No.
That's not what I said.
That's what I heard. I don't know. No takebacks. No, seriously, hard agree. And I think that person asked exactly correctly. Like, if you're asking for information to enrich yourself, like, I really enjoyed those supplemental aspects to your presentation or to whatever it is that you have. Well, yeah, of course. Like, what a great thing. Of course, I'm going to help you all with that. Why wouldn't I? I look at when somebody asks for those documents, like, hey, I saw you worked really hard on that manuscript. Can I have it? What? No. Like, I would never in my wildest dreams have a plumber or an electrician come to my house and be like, hey, so I know you had to do like a lot of like schooling and learning to how to do what you do, but do you think you could just write down what you would do, but include diagrams
step by step? Can you leave your tools while you're at it?
Yeah, please leave your tools as well. That would be great. And then also, do you mind if I just like, do I just not pay you? Like, are you cool with that? Like, we're good. Thanks for coming out, man. I really appreciate that. Like, what? How is this different? I don't know. That's the way I do. I won't lie. That is the way I see it. I guess for all of you out there in listener land, don't be that guy. Okay? Just don't be that guy. Cool. Not that I think any of our beautiful and non-ugly listeners would do such a thing, because they're amazing and they listen to us, which means they have great taste in audio things, not visual.
No.
Audio things.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't want to continue beat this like dead horse, but is there anything that you want to add?
You know, I think I'm going to go back to that point of just kind of make this full circle.
Yeah.
I do genuinely think that people that do ask for the content, there's a very small fraction that are maybe just lazy and they just want, they're the group project, that individuals that don't do anything, but they want the grade. But going back to just thinking about what you're asking and what that might mean to the person, you know, you're asking. It's like, again, we've given some examples here, but going up to a comedian and telling them like, oh my God, I loved your jokes. Could you write that one down for me? Like, you know, or tell me how you come up with the, you know, that whole thing. Just like, give the credit where it's due.
What is that noise?
Oh, that's probably the train in the background.
Oh, I thought it was like an ominous bell, like dong.
No,
like your time was nigh.
It's the streetcar. That's it. It's the streetcar. The horn of the. Yeah, okay. You can come out to the city sometime, and you get to.
That terrifies me. Hey, I'm just afraid that somebody's going to steal my Walkman. Okay, and that's like a $5 buy at Goodwill. So hold off, man. I kid.
So, yeah, just I think consider why you're asking, and how that might come off to others.
Yeah, I think you're right. Just being aware of that. Like, would you do this to another professional in like that industry? Like, would you do that to a plumber? Would you do that to anybody
how about a tax? Someone who's doing your taxes for you. Like, you pay money if that's your thing. If you don't do them yourselves, you go there, you pay for their service. You want me like, can I stand behind you and just watch you do all this? So I can save $300 next year? Like,
you're not wrong, right? Like, yeah. Can you just tell me step by step exactly how you would do that, so then I don't have to pay you? Cool, right. Guys. And like, not that everything has to be about being paid and money and whatnot. No. I think it's just kind of that dignity bit of it. Like, no, I don't want to just hand over actual time of mine saying, here you go. I'd be happy to educate you on it, or even like coach you on it, or guide you through it, or whatever it happens to be. You want to learn how to do something? I think that's a great thing.
Well, and Steven, lastly,
somebody.
Yeah, and kind of the last point on this too is that some organizations, including mine, don't want me to share the full thing.
Oh, you're right.
They have paid part of my role is to design this. If I'm just giving it away, one, it may not be their property. It's supposed to be my employer. However, two, all that money, why didn't someone else just do it? And so the idea is like, no, it's part of the dignity. I completely agree with that. It's also the property aspect, and it's doing the right thing. Doing the right thing is educating versus just giving it away.
Yeah, I think that's a very valid point. I was looking at it from strictly like just the individual, but you are looking at it from like the organization, which I think is completely valid and probably even more problematic for just handing that kind of stuff out. Because sometimes there could be proprietary information, there could be who knows, but it's a sticky thing, and it's best to stay away from it. I guess I just really want to make sure that I don't scare people away from, like, if you want to approach somebody that like gave a really good presentation, or gosh, I really liked your speech, or you go to a TED Talk, or I don't know, whatever, and you want to say something, I'm like, wow, that was really great. Please do. They like that. Like, it is, I don't care how many times you give a presentation, it's always different for that individual giving the presentation. Like, every single time. Yep. You still have to be on your game. You still have to make sure that you are doing what you're supposed to do. You hit your marks. You hit within the time frame that you need. Your technology needs to work, because that's a whole different ball game. Like, things have to go well. And when they do, it is a real breath of fresh air that you connected with at least one person out in the audience. But please don't just go, hey, you worked really hard. Gimme. Like, please don't do that, okay? Like, that's yucky. That's the way we're gonna end the topic. That's yucky. You know what isn't yucky, Patrick?
What's that, Steve?
The fine folks that are on our wheel of opportunity.
Ooh, it is about
you like that segue?
That was a good segue.
That was like a $6 segue. Like, I had to reach on the top shelf for that one. Like, that was a good one.
Want to hear a little embarrassing story? This will take about 30 seconds.
Of course, Partic.
Some of you who didn't listen last week, or
my wife,
may not understand that joke, but you'll have to check out previous episode.
Yeah.
So it's not that I didn't know how to spell it, but it is. But I just learned how segue was spelled like a year ago. I don't think I'd ever seen the word written before until like SEGUE. Sig. What? Oh God, is that how you... I think in my mind, I was just thinking it was always spelled like the old school Segways that they thought was going to be a big deal, like the scooters, right?
I'm not going to blame you on that. Like, yes.
I really had until like a year ago. I was like, oh, look at that. I'm going to start using it all the time now and spelling it.
Sometimes you have to say, I'm trying to think of a way to add autumn into this sentence. Like, you gotta reach for those top shelf words.
Autumnal.
Segue in autumnal. Oh, excuse me. I didn't say the all powerful autumnal. God.
Like we're on holiday.
From university.
Ooh, very cheeky, Stephen.
No, that's for my daughter to say, and that's it.
Let's spin the wheel of opportunity. I'm very excited.
Let's do that.
All right, I am clicking it right now.
Yes. Who is it?
Winner, chicken dinner on Harper. What a name.
To Kill a Mockingbird? Harper Lee?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Exactly.
Right. My nerd was showing. That is wonderful, Harper. Wow. Thank you so much for being our dedication of the week, Harper. You have lived rent-free in Patrick and my mind, and we love having you there. Thank you so much for making us the ugliest. We really appreciate you.
Thank you, Harper. It was great to hear your name after all these years.
Yeah, I feel good about Harper being the name. I do.
I feel like in like 2000 and ish 5, whenever that was.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that was about a Harper popularity time. So I can see that.
Yeah, I could definitely see Harper being that very, very powerful woman. And Harper, I hope you have continued with the deadlifts because, my gosh, if you let that go to waste. Anyway. Okay.
And Harper, if you did frequent boomers and maybe you were there the other night that you saw someone break into my car, just, if you come out and say, hey, guys, it's me, but also I also know who broke into your car, let me know.
And I also know that you have terrible taste in CDs. Wow. You have the entire collection of 311? That's great.
Amber. Maybe we'll get an Amber sometime too, but this week it's about you, Harper, so.
It is. Oh, nice. All right. I think that about wraps us up here. I just want to say thank you again for all of you fine folks joining us here on Grossly Competent. You have listened to more episodes than my wife. So congratulations to you. Okay, folks, I keep saying it as a joke because Patrick and I were bantering before we started recording, and I told him that story about my wife not listening to episodes, and we thought it'd be funny if we just continued to hammer on it. So this is hilarious.
Hey.
Well, if you like what you're hearing and you think to yourself, that was fine, that was nice, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Well, you want to know how you can support us? Let me drop that knowledge bomb on you. You can take a moment. You can subscribe. You can follow. You can give 5 stars. You can give us a thumbs up and smile at us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. You can tell your friends, family, coworkers, or, of course, that really awesome learning and development dude or gal at your company and let them know about this podcast. Give us a shout out on our socials, please. That'll be in the show notes. Come say, hey, what's going on? I like this episode, or could you guys shut up already? Like, just say, whatever you want to say to us. That'd be really cool. Yep. We would appreciate that. You can even email us. If socials aren't your jam, but you got yourself a Yahoo account, you can email us directly at grosslycompetent@gmail.com. You can also visit us on Patreon at patreon.com/grosslycompetent. You can check us out on Buzzsprout at grosslycompetent.buzzsprout.com. And there you can become an active supporter. And we sincerely appreciate every single cent that comes through. It means the world to us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And for those of you that do support us, we appreciate you. I'm going to start doing more of these sweet shout outs at the end of each episode as a way to say thank you. And we'll continue to kind of build on those. This week, I'd like to thank Lauren Hess for her support this week. She went so far as not only to talk about Grossly Competent on socials, but she also made fun of my inability to not interrupt Patrick, which I actually think I did pretty good today.
The learning curve, it's working.
Well, you know what? A broken clock can be right twice a day. So thank you so much, Lauren. You're amazing. You rock. Please keep the support rolling in. The more support we get, the more cool things we can introduce. So let's get this house a rockin', yo. And last but not least, I said it earlier. I'm just going to reiterate it. I'm curious, and so is Patrick, of course. We want to hear what you have to say. Like, what are your stories? Have you ever had somebody come up to you and ask, like, hey, can I take credit for your hard work? Or, like, does that bother you? Or are you like, yeah, I just handle my stuff. I don't care. Like, tell us your stories. Tell us the funny ones. Tell us the ones that ended poorly. We can leave names out. Doesn't matter. We can be civil about it. But let's open this dialogue. Let's have some fun with this. Patrick, did you have anything that you'd like to add before we send off our faithful listeners into the night?
I would like to say you did a fantastic job today, Stephen, and I appreciate all you do.
Oh.
But man, you are one hideous individual.
I was waiting. I'm like, okay, Okay, where's the butt? I mean, my face looks like one, but like,
Yes.
Where's the butt? And there it was.
I don't appreciate the fact that you stole this whole script from me. That's not true. That is not true.
Your PA. Oh, got it. Okay. Well, it was weird because I saw PA and I was like, what is that? Patrick or Partik?
Oh.
I couldn't tell.
If you only knew.
That's all right. Okay, folks. I promise we won't keep you in suspense any longer. That's it for this episode, Uggos. Thank you all so much. You are amazing, and we will see you next time. Ugly.
Out.
Bam. Mic drop.
Very cheeky.
It's the worst.
Welcome.
Hold on. I got this.
Steve. We're recording.
Oh, I know. So stupid. Okay. I got this. Eye of the tiger.